Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So yesterday, IGN labeled everything as the full roster, but it only added up to about, 274, maybe 280 wrestlers? And they're touting over 300 wrestlers as being available in the game. So either that's going to be Persona cards that you unlock later on, or they're not including the DLC that's extra. Makes you wonder what the actual final roster is going to be. Anyway, so since we're going to talk about DLC in this video, I want to talk about 12 wrestlers that I hope make it in the game, and I feel like they're not that far-fetched. So let's get into this list real fast. Alright, so once again, we're using DaVinci Resolve. All these creations are from the Creation Suite or Community Creations. I did not make them. Shoutouts to the community. Literally every single one of them was the most downloaded one, so that's why I didn't include all their information throughout the video. I didn't make any of these, just want to make that clear. Anyway, so we're going to start off with the ladies first. The first ones, let me shrink myself here just a little bit here. There we go. Now, of the ladies, and the first one is pretty much, I feel like, guaranteed. And that would be, drum roll, Victoria. Like, Victoria has signed a new Legends contract with the company. I feel like she's going to be in this game and a bunch of other games. And what better way to bring her back and really shine a light on her than to put her in a featured DLC pack? Now, I don't know how they're going to do it this year. Typically, it's about 5 different packs, and they all have like a special name and everything. If they do another Pat McAfee type pack where it's like, let's say Logan Paul and a bunch of his buddies in a DLC pack, I'm going to lose it. Like, don't waste it on other people. Use it on wrestlers or people that were wrestlers in a movie, right? All right, so next up. And a lot of people have been asking for her for years, and it baffles me that she's not in it, and that's Tori Wilson. Where the hell has Tori Wilson been? I feel like now that Vince is gone and there's a new regime and everything, I feel like she deserves to be back in the game. And we got Stacy Keibler. Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson are pretty much like, that was their generation. You know, they were the main two. And of course, Sable was there too, but we'll never get Sable because of how Brock doesn't want her anything to do with the WWE. But now that Vince is gone, maybe that'll change. Anyway, so Tori Wilson definitely needs to come back. I really hope she makes it at least as DLC this year. She deserves her flowers. She's a huge megastar in the women's division. Yeah. Now next up, for the ladies, one of my personal favorites. Drum roll. And that's Melina. I love Melina. She's one of my favorite, I almost said divas, women's wrestlers of all time. She was women's champion quite a few times. It sucks that she hasn't been in it for so long, but it's probably the same issue. Probably because they all hate Vince, or they have issues with WWE, or, you know, burnt the bridge or whatever. But I feel like she definitely should be in it. She's super cool. In fact, wasn't she in a Rumble a couple years ago? I believe she was in a Rumble a couple years ago. So it baffles me that she's not in the games. So I really hope she makes a comeback. She's one of my favorites, and whoever made this did a really good job on her face. I suck at making faces, so golf clap, very good job. Very good job. And we really need to fix the hair. But yeah, Eminem, it was such a cool like paparazzi thing. I don't know, it was a cool tag team, and then we need more stuff like that. And John Morrison, I kind of want him in the game too, but isn't he in, I think he's in Lucha Underground, isn't he? Or is he in AEW now? I don't even know where the hell he's at now. Anyway, and next up, another personal favorite, and I left it in because the glitch has never been fixed. And I had to leave it in because I was laughing my ass off. And that's Candice Michelle. And if you noticed, the glitch, the bald glitch, is still apparent for creations. Other than the bald glitch, it's one of the best Candice Michelle's community creations that I saw. In fact, I think it was the very first one on there. Great job on the face, the gear, and everything. It's funny that the hair, for whatever reason, there was a glitch for community creations where it just deleted all the hair. Maybe it was a double hairstyle, but anyway, all jokes aside, Candice Michelle, even though she wasn't the greatest wrestler ever, she was really cool. She was awesome. The whole GoDaddy thing and everything. I don't know. And it sucks that she got injured and like what was it? Her clavicle. She broke I think twice, which pretty much ended her career. But yeah, I would like to see Candice Michelle back. That would be really cool. And then last on the list for the ladies, and this one's going to be a little odd one for you guys, and that's Jillian Hall. I miss her. She was so funny. Her coming out and singing her own entrance music so terribly. I miss that. I thought that was funny. Like she was one of my favorite. Well, it was divas at the time, women's wrestlers at the time. She was trying all these different things to get over, and I think she was awesome. The whole singing her own music thing. Oh, in fact, I'm gonna go look that up when I'm done making this video because she's like, you have to listen to it. It's just so I'll butcher it. It's just so funny. And the first one on the men's list is none other than Joe Hendry. That's right, Joe Hendry. I feel like with their collaboration with TNA Wrestling, he's a no-brainer. I'm sure Jordan Grace and all of them are probably definitely going to be in here. I don't know if they'll pick like old TNA alumni basically, or ones that aren't actively there, like Gail Kim, ODB, and all. You know, I wish Samoa Joe would make it in here, but I think he's still in AEW. I don't watch AEW anymore. I stopped watching it when Punk left, and it sounds like I haven't missed much. Like Toni Storm is awesome. I see the highlights and clips of her. I really wish that Mina was used more and made champion. I can't stand Mercedes Moné. Like I didn't even like her when she was in WWE. If you ever go watch the Broken Skull sessions where she's on the show, she acts like Stone Cold should be privileged that she's there. He's privileged to be in her presence. Like, you know who Stone Cold is, right? He's literally probably, in my opinion, he's probably the greatest to ever do it, even over Hulk Hogan and The Rock. Stone Cold is the guy. So, and calm down, Mercedes. Anyway, that's the topic for another video. Next up is Tiger Mask. Now, Tiger Mask has inspired so much anime culture and everything. In fact, according to the Wikipedia, Tiger Mask was designed after an anime, an old anime. Now, correct me in the comments below, but that's what it says on the Wikipedia. Anyway, think of Incineroar from Pokemon, inspired by Tiger Mask. Think King from Tekken, inspired by Tiger Mask. So much of culture in video games in Japan and here have been inspired by this one wrestler. So he definitely deserves to be in 2K25. So next up is none other than Sid Vicious. I wonder how much more he could have gotten done in the business if he didn't snap his ankle doing a top rope spot. Man, that was nasty. It's like his foot was all hanging there and everything. Ooh. And it sucks that he couldn't be in the game before he passed away last year. I believe it was in August. He died of cancer, unfortunately. So hopefully they can get him in the game this year to honor his memory, his contribution to wrestling. Multi-time, two-time WWE champion, and I forget how many times he won WCW title, but he won that a couple times too. He's one of the greats. And I feel like he doesn't get enough credit for his work. Like I said, his contribution to professional wrestling. Big dude, scary dude, in real life, super nice guy. He deserves his flowers. Like I said, it just sucks that we couldn't get him in there before he passed away. I mean, imagine how that would make him feel if he was in the game before he passed away. I don't know. I just missed opportunity, in my opinion. So like I said, hopefully we get Sid Vicious in here this year as DLC. Really make a big thing of it. Honor his memory. Help his family out. That would be awesome. Next up on the list, and this is the last one of the men's division, and that's Jushin Thunder Liger. I probably said that wrong. Now, his creation parts have been in the games, I want to say, since the original SmackDown back on PS1. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was in one of the Aki games. It's been a long time since I've gone through the rosters in those. It might have been WrestleMania. Probably the Virtual Pro Wrestling is the one he's probably in, which I have. But he definitely needs to be in it. In fact, there was someone found in the code for 2K22 that he was supposed to be featured in one of the matches for the Rey Mysterio showcase. I think it was Starcade something. That was on the Wikipedia also. So I don't know what happened where that didn't become fruition. Maybe New Japan owns rights to it or something. I have no idea. But the fact that didn't happen in 2K22 was a huge bummer. He definitely deserves to be in 2K25. I mean, hell, all his parts are in it already. Now this one's going to be a little bit of left field, but I'm a huge fan of the actor, and he's a big wrestling fan. And Jack Spade, Stephen Amell from Heels. It doesn't have to be Jack Spade, but since he played a wrestler and he did a really good job in that show, and he's a huge wrestling fan, what a great way to get him in the game. Like, they could just have him be him himself, and then the fans and community creations can go through and make his gear from that. They can make his gear from when he was in Ninja Turtles. They can make his Green Arrow gear. Every show he's ever done, they can just make his gear for that. He's in some like Suits show now, which kind of sucks. I kind of was hoping they'd pick up Heels and make a second season on Netflix, because that show's really good if you haven't watched it. Ends on a huge cliffhanger and you're like, wait, what? It's over? And then anyway, last but not least, and this is a tag team, so I'm kind of cheating here. It's my favorite tag team of all time, and that's Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, LOD. These are really freaking good creations, shots to whoever made them. These guys are usually the first two I download from community creations every single game because they're never in it. They're one of the most badass tag teams ever. They come out, whoop ass, and leave. Like, these guys were cool. These two huge dudes. The reason why I liked them so much is because they kind of remind me of the Ultimate Warrior, right? I always loved the face paint. I love the crazy, awesome, like gimmicky stuff. The shoulder pads and everything were so cool. I just loved it as a kid. In fact, I have a couple action figures that are probably worth like $1,000 because they're unopened and they don't make them anymore. Anyway, those are about 12 wrestlers that I would love to see in 2K25. What are some wrestlers you would like to see as DLC, since we didn't get them announced in the base roster? Now, according to the listing over on the SmackDown Hotel, I checked it today before I made this video. It was 274 yesterday after they did the roster reveal. Maybe they're just taking longer to update their website. But now it says 281. Now, I didn't sit there and count how many wrestlers they showed during the IGN FanFest full roster reveal, but I don't think that was the full roster. I feel like we're missing at least 30 wrestlers. And if that is the full roster, does that mean the rest are locked as Persona cards in my faction, locked in the island somehow, or is it the DLC packs? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, sound off the comments below. Thank you for watching. Tell me who you hope make the game as DLC. And as always, stay frosty.